This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary for today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lessons 291 through lesson 300, each of which relates to the real world as understood in the course. I'll be repeating the same introduction for each of lessons 291 through 300, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and to my further comments are provided in the description below. In the section entitled, What is the Real World?, which precedes these 10 lessons, we are told that, quote, the real world is a symbol, like the rest of what perception offers. Yet it stands for what is opposite to what you made. Your world is seen through eyes of fear and brings the witness of terror to your mind. The real world cannot be perceived except through eyes forgiveness blesses, so they see a world where terror is impossible and witnesses to fear cannot be found, end quote. We are further told that, quote, the real world is the symbol that the dream of sin and guilt is over, and God's Son no longer sleeps, end quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 295, October 22nd. The Holy Spirit looks through me today. The lesson tells us that, quotes, love is one. The Course also teaches that love is perfect sharing. Thus, we are all saved together because when only love exists, we have perfect sharing and are all one. Perfect sharing is oneness. There is no separation or otherness. With no separation, only love, how can there be fear or pain? What is there to be fearful of or to rage against? So, allow Christ to look through your eyes today. See only love. See that there is no separation and pain. The perceived separation is what your ego is. It is your interpretation. Your interpretation is the small, separated, quotes, you that you have made and continue to nurture. You believe in the small self despite a lifetime of evidence which demonstrates that at best your struggles and efforts achieve only marginal and temporary results, like arranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Your small self cannot and does not win in the end. So, give Christ the gift that he asks so that it may be given to you. Quotes, use the eyes of Christ today, end quote. See love. Bless and redeem the world. Allow your true self to shine through and be at peace. Accept the gift. You sacrifice illusions, nothing more. The title of today's lesson is, The Holy Spirit Looks Through Me Today. And you will know this to be true when peace and love is all that you see. The Course teaches that you receive what you give. If you look out with love, it is love that you see and feel. We all know this. And if you look out with fear and hate, fear and hate are what you see and feel. We all know this as well. In part 2 of the course, which we now are in, the lessons speak from the perspective of the one self we all share as the child of God, rather than from the perspective of our separate egos. When you see with the eyes of Christ, as the lessons in part 2 assume, the Holy Spirit does indeed look through you, and all you see is love.